So after playing the original One Night at Flumptys 1 and beating it on my first try, I certainly was impressed with the gameplay and visuals that were presented to me, but at the same time, it didn't feel too unique or anything, so I wasn't overall too impressed. However, as I moved on to the second game in the series, a significant improvement can be noticeable. The visuals are much nicer in my opinion, and the gameplay feels much more original and unique compared to the first. I also found that this game was a bit more difficult, making it more fun and enjoyable to play. Now, it's not because of anything like, oh, it's just more different. It's a lot more intense. You have a lot more things to worry about. Overall, this game really raised my hopes for doing the hard-boiled modes, and also the third game that I'd be doing afterwards. So if this game was really good for its time, I wonder how good the third one would be. Well, that's it from me really. I guess I might as well get into the video. Hope you guys enjoy.
Welcome one and all the flumptys. If your lights turned off, then you're safe. If your lights are on, then they'll come find you and rip you a brand new face.
Now, I'll just say it here. The office in this game is amazing both visually and gameplay wise. Firstly, I'll just say I really like how it's not a phone call in this game. It's a song that plays, letting you know on how to survive the night. It gives you a warning on how basically everyone works. Just flick off the lights if you see them in the hall and you'll be fine. However, this doesn't really give you 100% of the story, as I'll talk about in a bit with the people that can kill you without the effects of the lights. What I also like is some of the more disgusting features at the office, such as a dead pig corpse that's just hanging on the wall. Fun fact, this used to be Piglet, but when it got ported and actually costed money, they removed it for copyright reasons. You can also find these random objects around the office that kind of looks like fleshy organs for some reason. There's also a bunch of trash on the floor that's just left around for some reason. All these disgusting features collectively make it more obvious that you're stuck in some kind of twisted game that's being held by Flumpty Bumpty himself. Anyways, moving away from the decor, I'll talk about the threats that you have to deal throughout the night now. And starting us off, I'll talk of the main man himself, Flumpty Bumpty. Now, he just works how he does in the first game. He just teleports randomly around the map, and then if he goes in your office, he'll do a mini peekaboo visual effect, just to give you a slight warning before he actually raises the exposure bar. Now, the exposure bar, it raises when people look into your office when the lights are on. When it reaches full, you're dead. It can never go back down, but it doesn't raise extremely fast, so it's not too concerning. Now, Birthday Boy Blam moves in a specific way around the map, so you can quite easily track him. When he reaches from the bottom right, you should probably be a bit careful, because when he moves from there, he'll look into your office. Obviously, you just turn off the lights and he'll eventually go away. He raises the exposure bar significantly faster than Flumpty, so just be on the lookout for him. Now, the owl is probably the most unique person to deal with in this game. He just sits on a urinal in the middle of the map, but when he leaves, he'll travel down one of the left or right vents. Just check the cameras to see where he is, and then shut the respective vent if you see him going down one of them. Sadly, there is no beaver. The beaver died. It's very sad, I know, but hey, what can you do? And that's all the threats really for now. I'll talk more about the other ones when we get there. So, here we go. As you can see, the owl's just chilling on the urinal, nothing too much to worry about. Oh yeah, and your cameras has a limited amount of battery, so just keep that in mind, as if the owl moves and you've run out of battery, you're basically dead. As you can see, this is my first instance of flumpty, and there's his peekaboo animation just giving you a warning before you have to turn off the lights. Yeah, I wasn't really with it today. I don't know how I didn't realise I needed to close the vent. Hey, but the song did say to turn off the lights, so hey, you know.
Welcome one and all the flumpty bumpties. If your lights turned off, then you're safe. If your lights are on, then they'll come find you and rip you a brand new face.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be able to honk the nose, so it was quite fun to do, to be fair. And this is the red man. He just comes up as a pop-up that you just need to close. Nothing to worry about, really. At this point, I started to understand how the owl works, and throughout the whole night, it just became really easy to deal with. When Birthday Boy Blam is in this position, it just means that he's about to move into your room, so I needed to be a bit careful of that. So this is when the clowns start to get activated. Basically, how he works, he has a little patience counter above his head, indicating for you that when that timer reaches 0, he will just immediately go into your office. Just turn off the lights when he does that, and you're fine, basically. He's pretty easy to deal with. Now this is the eyesore. He is probably the most dangerous person to deal with in this game because he raises the exposure the fastest. He gets to your office relatively fast by moving the cameras 1, 3, 6 and then your office with no separate phases in between cameras. Still relatively simple though, just keep those lights off and you'll be fine. Now, this is Golden Flumpty. However, he's probably the easiest to deal with out of everybody. You can either flick off your lights for a second, or you can just flip up the cameras and then you'll be gone. So, not too bad overall. Well, I'd be in the second game in the trilogy. Now, I personally enjoyed this one the most, so I'm looking forward to the third one. However, something that I will say, I'm pretty nervous for the hard boiled mode, because that was a pretty stressful game to be fair. But now's not really the time to focus on that. I was just happy that I beat the game. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've really enjoyed making videos in this format, with me explaining how everything works and then showing the actual gameplay. Well, I guess that's it for now. See you when I beat 1 9 Flumptys 3.